All right. There should be a new stream. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Literally a noob. No one's gonna watch this anyway. But I wanna learn this shit. Welcome. Connecting live. I'm gonna assume I am live. It says streaming. You need to confirm it's me. Bruh. Call it live too. Stream setup. Is it live or is it not? Well, let's just go with it. Hopefully it'll refresh here on my end. It looked like it's recording though. Okay, so anyway. I want this character to move. Or not this one, this one. This is the one I downloaded from Blender Kit. So I'm supposed to go here, go to, no actually no, it's Rokoto, start receiver. I'm just gonna assume I have to do that. Receive no data. This is tripping me. Okay, so it is recording. Live now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. This is literally such a rookie thing. I bet like the 3D animators have been doing this for years could be like, wow, what a noob. But that's okay. So I'm supposed to like bind something, retarget, right? So I select the source. Oh no, the target's gonna be, no, rig. Because the Brazilian guy has an armature. Where does he? Oh, it shouldn't. No, it's backwards. The Brazilian character has a rig. A rig is the bones or something. Right? This is all the stuff he has. I can't even control my mouse around here. But okay. So build bone list. Let's see. See that? Okay. This bone. I should move this character. G. What's this? What is this? Guess. No sé. Okay, so I got the boneless, auto scale, add entry. Maximo rig. Oh, is it Maximo? Oh yeah, because the Maximo rig is this. Yeah, okay, okay. And we're gonna connect that to the DFE. Yeah, this is the rig from here. Let me make this bigger. Mic. Yep, you see def. Def spine. Def spine 1, 2, 3. That's interesting. I'm gonna It's like I want to stream in English or make my videos in English, but I want to speak Spanish, so I might as well. I'll speak Spanglish. Okay, so I'm just gonna act like I'm not even recording. Okay. So the neck, you see, no, there has to be a neck here. Okay, you see? Yeah. Oh god, this is complicated. Holy. Okay. Rig, root, spine. Let's close this up. Torso. Yeah, it's gonna be the mic. Torso. Is there a neck here? Upper arm. This one says it has like 800 chest, spine. So I gotta connect each bone. They call it like retargeting. Okay, how can I? Okay, I get it. Now I'll do this. Okay. Okay, so if I look, it should highlight a spine. Select. Yeah. Hopefully I can see this. How about I just go with the flow? Auto. This is dev spine. What? The neck, dev 4. Let me see what this dev 4 is at. The dev 4 is part of the. We need more real estate. So it was dev 4, dev spine 04. Spine. Oh, this is open. It must be here then. Oh, I'm getting here. Getting there. Org spine. Tweak spine. Yeah, I think I went. I'm skipping ahead. I'm kind of like trying to be advanced here when I don't know how to use this app. Though I did see a video. Okay. So I got some stuff here. See, I'm just gonna put a video here. Okay. How to. Can I watch a video while I'm streaming here? How to retarget. Target in Blender. Blender using. What is it called? Rococo. Yeah, let's see.
Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to retarget animations using Rococo plugin in Blender. Let's get started. Retargeting is basically the process of transferring motion data from one character to another. This technique is commonly used in 3D animation to save time and effort when creating animations. In order to retarget, we need a source character that has a pre-existing animation. We also need a target character to transfer the source character's motion data. You can use any rigged character as the target. We made a rigged character in previous tutorials. If you want, you can watch the tutorial before going on and create your own rigged character. I will share the download link as a Blender file in the video description. Let's open the Blender file. We need an animated character as the source. I will use Mixamo Animations as the source rig. If you want, you can watch my tutorial on how to use Mixamo Animations in Blender. Go to the Mixamo website. Create a new account if you don't have one. Then, log in to your account. You can sign in with your Google account. We will just download the animation data. So we don't need to download the character skin. Click on the Animation tab and choose any animation. I will choose the swing dancing animation. Click on the download button. The file format will be FBX. You can choose any frame rate. I choose 30 FPS. We just want to download the animation data, so switch to the without skin option. Click on the download button. Let's import the animation into the Blender file. Go to the File menu, Import, and import the file we have downloaded in FBX format. Enable the automatic bone orientation option. Move the new armature to the left side. Play the animation. Now, we will match these two different armatures with each other and transfer the animation to the target character. In other words, we're going to retarget the animation. I'm going to use the Rococo plugin for Blender. It's a free and easy-to-use add-on for the retargeting process. Go to the Rococo website and download the Blender plugin. I will share the download link in the video description. In order to install the add-on, go to the Edit menu, Preferences, and click on the Add-on tab. Click the Install button to find the plugin zip file we downloaded. Then, sign into your account. Once you go back to the Blender file, you can use the plugin. Open up the retargeting panel. Select Armature 001 as the source armature with the eyedropper. Select the character armature as the target armature. Click on the Build Bone List button. So, it will make the bone list from the animation and match the source and target bones automatically.
Okay, what? Build boneless. Rebuild. You know what? I don't know why I haven't tried this. Hopefully Blender doesn't crash because Ableton does that a lot. I don't even want to. You know what? I'll probably save it. Sure. I can save this. File view. I'll go here. I'll create a new file. My projects. Yep. And then I'm gonna call this Walking Brazilian Character. I don't care if it's cares. I'm just gonna save it just in case it'll crash. You know, sometimes I feel like it will crash. There you go, Walking Brazilian Character, because this is a Brazilian character. Okay, so how about if I press N, that'll go away. Yeah, so there's something wrong here. Okay. Mode, subtract, set. Yep, I knew it. So I gotta press N again. The Rococo plugin. I just gotta map these to the correct one. So is there one? Can I search here? Okay, there's spine. How about I do something like that? This one's, oh no, wait. Spine. Spine. Spine FK. What would that mean? And there's DF. How the hell is so many? Okay, let's go back up. Wait, let me get out of here and then spine. There was one thing called spine already. Spine F. Oh, I already have that. Spine. How do we go to spine 2? Def. What def mean? Def and org. Organization. Mech. These are things I gotta learn, obviously. It looks like it's important. Importante. Okay. Maybe I'll just stick to English, even though Spanish is what I want to speak. I think English would be better because I want to be making videos in English. Like my animation videos, I want to make my animation videos in English. Actually, you know what? Most languages, actually. Spanish and English. But for the sake of this walkthrough that I'm going through, or this learning process, I'm going to go in English. I might say some words in Spanish. Neck. Wait, what? Nick. So, mech. See? ROT. You know what? This is a good thing about ChatGPT. I'm going to speak to it. Alright. Do you know what I guess the wording convention here in Blender is? For example, for spine, right? I'm trying to map or retarget an animation to go to the character that I just made or downloaded from Maximo. But when I see what I see from the character that I downloaded from Maximo, it has like this naming convention, whatever it's called. Like, for example, MCH torso parent. Then there's like other stuff like there's like DEF torso. There was like a VIS. ORG. Then like spine FK. What are these things? Can you please explain what it means? I'm asking ChatGPT. I'm gonna spit in this bottle. It's disgusting, but you know it's pretty cool. The nicotine is better than smoking. Okay. Oh yes, you stumbled into Blender's rig naming conventions. It looks confusing at first. You see, so all professionals know this. Okay, but it actually makes sense once you know what's going on. What you're seeing, MCH, DEF, ORG, FK, are prefixes used in Rigify rigs, Blender's auto rig system, and other advanced rigs to organize different layers of bones. Man, this is crazy. This is amazing. Where's my chopstick at? So it says DEF means deformation bones. Okay. Deformation bones, these are the bones that actually deform, move the mesh slash skin. They're the bones weighted to character mesh. Example, DEF, spine, thigh, blah, blah, blah. ORG, original bones. What it means, these are the original bones that Rigify or the auto rig system creates under the hood. They aren't meant to be animated directly, they're like internal reference bones. Okay, so ORG, we don't need it, I guess. MCH, mechanism, bones. What it means, helper driver bones used to for calculations, constraints, IK, snapping. They don't deform the mesh, they just handle rig logic. So it's, so I guess I don't know. Do I need? I guess I do need it. I don't know. Okay, let me. I gotta read this. And then what's the last one? FK, IK, control bones. FK means forward kinematics. Animate each bone one by one, like rotate the shoulder, the elbow, wrist. IK, inverse kinematics. Animate from the end, like moving the wrist and hand. And the rest of the arm follows automatically. Oh my god, okay, wait. So I would use FK. Okay. I'm reading Chat GPT up here. I could probably. Oh, I can't put it. I thought I could. Maybe if I do this and show. Yeah, this is what I'm reading basically. FK, whatever. But ChatGPT is cool. Okay, so I guess it would be the organized bones that I need. Oh no, it's okay. So it's deformation, which is already like that. So why is it not moving? Because there's other deaf spines. Okay, let me ask. So for spine, I see that there's like a bunch of different spines, like deaf spine 001, deaf spine 002, all the way to deaf spine 006. But there's only 3 spines for the source, and the target has 6. So what do I do here? How do I click on a spine and be able to see it? Because when I click on a spine, I can only see. It actually highlights the whole thing from what I can see. So how can I tell what spine is the correct one? Yeah, I need to. We don't need to type anymore. We just speak. Great observation. You've hit one of the trickiest parts of retargeting. Maximo's rig are simple. Fewer bones, spines. Each Rigify blender kit are complex, more bones. Why you see many spines? Maximo's hip spine, spine 1, 2. It usually takes 3 bones. Rigify blender, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spine. Much more detail so you can bend the back in smaller segments. Oh, okay. My dog's barking. We got neighbors. They got 2 big ass dogs. My little Chihuahua thinks he's tough, but he can't. He can no match with these like Labradors. Cause how to see which spine is which? When you clip a bone in the outliner. Okay, so this is an outliner. I learned this in the previous video I uploaded. Or in the retarget list. Okay, so this is the retarget list. Blender highlights the bone, the whole armature, so it's hard to see which bone specifically. Here's how to isolate them. Select the amateur, switch to pose mode, bottom left drop down. Bottom left. Would it be here? What's this bottom left? Oh my goodness. You see, this is what's crazy. It makes perfect sense why people would want to be like make 3D animation, but they just don't, because look how complex this is. Like, I'm gonna be breaking my head trying to learn this, but it's gonna pay off. I'm gonna make this shit. So I got so many ideas of what stories to create. I just need to learn this, and then once I learn it, I can build a following, and then I can have like 2 people with me working together, and I can pay them, and we can create some perfect animations. But anyway, let me see. What was that again? So it said when you click the bone, I should have this here so yeah, I can show people. I can show y'all. I can see this now, right? So I was right here. See, it says one of the trickiest parts of retargeting. Am I recording? Okay. So there's more bones. So I guess it's good because you can like make it more. Uh, you can bend the back in more segments. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when you click a bone in the outliner or in the retarget list, Blender highlights a hole so it's hard. Blah blah. Select the armature. Switch to pose mode. Bottom left drop down. Pose mode or click. Oh, Control Tab. Okay, let's see that. Control Tab. Control Tab. Okay, so let me go back to. So I need to go to the Brazilian rig. So if I hit Control Tab, rig. Yeah, no, this in pose mode. Okay, can you please explain what the pose mode thing you mean? Because I go to the bottom left drop down. I don't see a drop down. I don't see a pose mode. And when I hit Control Tab, actually I don't see anything. I actually made a mistake. It was Control Tab. I was doing Shift. Okay, so what is pose? Is this pose mode? Control Tab. Oh, okay, it's doing something. Okay. You're learning. This is a learning process. Okay, so Control Shift. Oh, Control Tab. It's Control Tab. Well, it says pose. What? I'm gonna assume this is pose mode and this is like the timeline. Let me just see what this will say. I'll let it think. How to enter armature. Look for something called armature. This is the armature. Rig. Click it. Or in the 3D view, right click. Left click depending on the selection. On the character skeleton, if visible. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely no character skeleton because I guess I wonder, you know what I want to do? There has to be something with the mouse. Navigation. Turntable. Orbit sensitivity. Interface. I want it to be like, I don't know if it's inverted or like, so when I go to the left, it'll go to the right on the mouse. I don't want it to be like that. Status bar, or maybe I can just get used to it. Get editing, cursor. Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. I'll just have to get used to it. I think I'll get used to it soon. So if I zoom out, oh, I gotta zoom in. Okay, let's zoom in, zoom in. See, it doesn't let me zoom in no more. I need to be able to see the bones. can't see the bones. 3D click depending on character skeleton if visible. Once the armature object is selected, look at the top left. Oh, so it's top left corner of the 3D viewpoint. Yeah, so it's one of this. Okay. Hold. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm in pose mode. Also switches mode. So control tab. Pose mode, object mode. Object mode. This is crazy stuff. Okay, so what does a pose mode, how to tell you're in pose mode? Okay, I can already tell. So it was saying here, okay, in pose mode, when you click a bone name, okay, in pose mode, okay, let me, rig, bone collections, wow, okay, spine, I guess spine would be part of torso, tweak, torso, okay, I guess that's not, animation, rig, animation, drivers. Yeah, no, see, now I'm lost. Ahora sí me perdí. Is it because I'm in pose mode? What does this mode do again? Okay, you see that? So pose mode takes that away. Object mode. Okay. Can I? Okay, I could do it. Spine. My dog's gonna bark all day. Character. Brazilian guy. Yep. If I hit pose mode now. What? Okay, what? Now the pose mode is not here. Edit mode. Sculpture. I have to poop. Yeah, damn, this is crazy. And this is just one thing, but I guess this is a big thing that I need to learn. Vortex. Spine. Okay, no, let me take that out. I don't need the bolso. I need rig. Rig animation. No, rig. Lip. Upper arm. That's torso. It has to be torso. You see spine? But if I hit... See, now I can't see... I can't find... What in the world? Okay, how about we take the... Press N. Yeah, no, I'm in the vortex object. My dog. I'm gonna call my dog in. Let me hide the camera. is inside now. Don't bother me. Alright. Where was I? Okay, what in the world just happened? Okay, let me go to YouTube.
Select the source armature and S key to scale up to compare to the target armature. In order to see the bone names, switch to pose mode and select any bone. We can display the bone name we select at the top left.
Okay. How about we do this? Blender, pose mode. Let me try, let's do that. Blender secrets, any rest pose. Current pose mode to rest mode. See, I'm probably taking...
Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the rest position of your character imported from Mixamo. So I imported this character from Mixamo in T pose. But if you select the rest position, you can see that it's in A pose. So to set this T pose as the default rest pose, first of all you select the armature, delete any keyframe you have here. Then we want to select the armature and the mesh and press Ctrl A to apply all transforms. Now by pressing the numpad period key, it will take us to where the object is. The next thing we are going to do is come to the mesh, go to your modifiers and apply. And then we select the armature, we go into the pose mode, make sure everything is selected. You can press A, go to your pose and then apply pose as rest pose. The next thing you want to do is go back to your object mode, select the mesh, select the armature, Ctrl P with automatic weight. So now if you select the rest pose, you can see that this is now our default rest pose. So the pose position and the rest position are now the same. Hope you found.
I don't think that helped me at all. What is this? This is crazy, bro. Oh my god, what did I do? 3D. Okay. Yeah, I think this is like an advanced thing to do. Or is it? Is it advanced? I don't think this is advanced. Is my shit even recording? Can you hear me better now? I'm gonna assume this is better. Got my audio interface. Hey. Ok, vamos a ver. ¿Qué voy a ver? No sé. Yeah. What I think I should do is go back to this later. Because I'm just gonna stress. You know what? Nah, never mind. How about I just keep trying different spines? Because, okay, so spine. Okay, so we're gonna use spine def 2 here. Oh, actually, let's use 1. And then let's use. Okay, no. Here, we're gonna use spine. Def spine. Let's go to 3. Def spine 4. Let's see if it'll. Yeah, no, but I haven't mapped. It's not mapped. Where's my other guy? Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. What am I even doing? What? How about this? Look, I'm gonna move you, and I'm gonna press G. Okay. Let's use G. Oh god. G. want to select it all. Didn't I do that earlier? What? Is it object mode? Is what? See, I want to understand why this happens. Dude, this is insane. Okay, what if I press control and then press the other one? How about control tab? Hey, like GTA. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Is it this thing that I need? G. I think this is the. Actually, this is not even the bones. I see. Okay. So if I want to move you around, what? Okay, I guess you're close enough. I think I can move this one. What? See, what is that? Put you back. Okay, I'm tripping. Tripeando. Can I move you now? Oh god, this is crazy. I move far away. I can go back. Okay. Okay, let's press N. Def spine. What am I supposed to do? Retarget animation. Let's see what happens. I already did this. What in the world just happened now? Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Yeah, I definitely need to watch more videos on this. It's like I'm sitting here just like, what? What do I do? Like, okay. It's not that hard. You just have to do this. Thumb 1. Thumb. So okay, so it was a def. Right. What did it say again? Download. Do this. Mac. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's def, yeah, it's def. Thumb. Left. Uh-huh. Right. So this was right hand, thumb 1. Let's just do that. Org. No. Thumb. Nope. Oh, because so it's like an inverted scroll. I guess it's a normal scroll. I don't know. I don't know. How much stuff? Is this all different stuff? Yeah, I think I downloaded a really crazy one. How about this? Let's go to Blender Kit. There was one called Models. Character. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this is the one I downloaded. Yeah, I think that's a really hard one. What is this? Sure, I'll download you. Okay, I don't know what happened. What is this? Okay, let me do this again. Blender, how to enable pose. Blender bone rig won't attach.
Hi friends, in this video I'm just going to show how to enable pose mode on Blender. So by default, right, pose mode will not be enabled. You can check it here. Object mode and edit mode is there and sculpt mode is there, but pose mode is not there. In order to use the pose mode, right, you need to have the rig on your object. For example, I'm deleting this. I'm going to import the project, append, object, selecting, super cool. I'm going to hide this, removing the camera. Okay, so cool. Now actually this is the rig, so object is imported. Now this car, right, is having rig, so even right now the pose mode will not be enabled. You need to click on this rig. So this is called rigs. See, this is a rig. So once you click on this rig, right, this is called rig and this is rig. So now the pose mode will be automatically enabled. You can see this car rig here. So go to object mode. Now I can see this pose mode. Super cool, right? So now the pose mode is enabled. I can select the rig. See, now I can use the rig on pose mode. So any rigs you can choose it. For example, this rig I have chosen on back side. To move that, pressing G. See, now the pose mode is enabled. Now successfully pose mode is enabled. Object mode, edit mode, pose mode. So just ensure that you have the rig. Rig is selected. Then you can choose these options, object mode or pose mode. That's all friends. This is the way you can enable pose mode on Blender. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please put your comments and feedbacks in my video forms. Thank you. Bye friends and take care.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch a tutorial on YouTube. How to use Blender for beginners. For beginners? How to use Blender for beginners. How do you can't fry beginners. That's cool. I speak 2 languages. Suck a dick. Absolute beginner basics.
Hey guys, and welcome back to
I saw
another
this
video
one
on the
earlier, man.
RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna try my best to go over the absolute beginner basics of Blender.
I'm gonna put the
I've been
on.
asked so many times to do a beginner Blender video, and the only struggle I have is there's so much to cover, so I don't know what to keep in a video and what to get rid of. But today, I'm going to be focusing on the absolute beginner basics. Like you've never opened this program before, I'm going to help you build your first model, okay? So when you first
Oh,
open it up,
okay, I'm
you're gonna
chill
get
out.
greeted with this screen. You're gonna see a cube,
Save
and
it.
that's about it, okay? And then this little outline on it, which means it's
Save.
selected.
And I'm gonna create a
First
new one.
things first, I want to go over how to move in Blender because it is a bit different than a Roblox Studio. And hey, if this video happens to reach people outside of the Roblox community, hello, I will compare to Roblox Studio. First things first, guys, your middle mouse wheel, okay? Your little scrolly thing is how you zoom in and out. I know I did those backwards. And then pressing in the middle scroll wheel, you can rotate around an object by holding in the middle scroll wheel on your mouse and moving your mouse around. You can rotate around the object very, very nicely. Now, if you hold shift and hold in your middle mouse wheel, you're now scrolling away from it. So this is like good in case you want to, like, I don't know, say your
It's different on
object was
macOS.
long. Okay, look at this. We have, oh my gosh, I can't see my whole mesh. You can hold shift and your middle mouse wheel and kind of scroll
Yeah, this
through
one's-
to see everything.
Yeah, it is.
So that right there is pretty much all movement
This is
is
control
in
scroll,
Blender.
Shift,
Just mouse wheel
mouse wheel.
and mouse. That's it, guys. So to fly around, you can press shift and F, and that'll put you in this free cam mode, and then you can use WASD to kind of go around wherever you want to look into it. I don't really use this that much. I used to use it a lot when I was starting out. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it, because it might help some people. But after you get down the actual like mechanics of moving, I don't think you'll really be using that too much because there's just so
Yeah, why
much.
can't
It's
you
so much
just move
easier
it?
and faster to just kind of whip around like this. Now,
Shit.
in Blender, there's something called orthographic views. I think that's how you say it. And if you have a number pad on your keyboard, if you press 1, you'll flip straight to
Oh.
this front orthographic.
Let me try that.
If you press 3, you'll go to the right, 7
Not
is the
working.
top, and 9 is the bottom. So that's kind of how you use those. If you want to know, if you do not have a number pad on your keyboard, you can hold Alt and your middle mouse wheel down and kind of scroll over. So right now we're on the right. If we scroll over this way, we're on the front. If we do it again, left, back. If you go like this, top and bottom. So if you use Alt and press down your middle mouse wheel, you're going to be all good to go, and you don't need a number pad. So I think that is everything for the movement side of things in Blender. I kind of stumbled my words, but it's all good. I'm trying out here. Up next,
Maybe I do
we're going to
that
go
with
into
my
the modes. The only two
keyboard.
modes you really need to know as a beginner is edit mode and object mode. Right now we're in object mode, and we can do things like scale this if we want to. That's about it though. If you press tab
see
on
if
your
it's
keyboard,
chill.
you're going to go into something called edit mode. Now, as you can see, all the vertices, which are these points here, are like a bit
Oh, it
darker
is chill.
of an orange, which means those are highlighted. You have 3 selection modes you can use in Blender. There's vertice mode, which we're on right now, line select mode, which as you can see, it selects the lines, or face select mode, which is probably the most used one by most people, unless you're doing a very, very detailed model. Now, with that being said, we're going to be in this face select mode, and there's really only a couple hotkeys that you're going to want to know, and really there's only a couple that you're going to use overall in Blender for most of your objects.
Hotkeys.
The
let's see.
first one, and arguably the most important one in Blender, is E. If you press E, it's going to extrude your object, giving you more of that object to work with. So now, instead of
not
having
working
only
for
the
me.
one face, I can, grab these and, move them how I want.
What?
So extruding is probably the most used one, and then
Okay,
S
edit mode
is
is
the
that?
second for scale. So if you press S and then just move your mouse, you can scale. Now you can team these up as well. So if you press E and then S, now you are scaling the extruded piece. So you're not scaling the normal face,
know what I'm
you've
doing.
extruded it. Alright, so those are the main 2 hotkeys. There is a couple more that I'm going to go ahead and go over though. We have, let me go ahead and just mess this up a little bit so it's not a perfect cube, so this will look a lot more demonstratable. There we go. We have R, which is rotate, and it's as simple as it sounds. Now, if you're looking at this like in a weird angle, your rotate is going to be on a weird axis. But if you press R and then your direction, so right up here you can see Z would move it up and down. So R and then Z, we're going to move on this axis. All right? And I use this little thing all the time because I always get confused like, oh, what button am I supposed to click? What way is what way kind of a deal. So R and then any axis is how you're going to rotate along that axis. And you can do that with anything as well. If I wanted to, for example, extrude this, but I only wanted to extrude it on the x-axis, I could put E and then X. And now, as you can see, it's locked on the x-axis. And you could do that with anything. If you want to scale and then press X, it's only going to scale on the x-axis. S and then Y, it's only going to scale on the Y-axis. This is going to be very helpful later on. Another very widely used one, but I don't use it that much, apparently a lot of people do, is going to be G. If you press G on your keyboard, it's going to grab, so you can kind of just move it wherever you want to move it. And then, of course, if you want to lock it on an axis, you could press G and then whatever axis you want to lock it on. Now, this last one, nobody really uses it, but I do think it's important. Once I figured out about this, I was like, wow, that is a game changer. And I don't know if it overly needs to be included in a super beginner tutorial, but it was awesome when I found it out, so I want to share it with you guys. And it's this guy right up here, proportional editing. So you can just click on the button, or you can press O on your keyboard. And what this does is it pairs up with, for example, scale or grab. We'll use scale. And let me add a couple loop cuts in here as well, which is Control R while you're in edit mode, and you can use your scroll wheel to go ahead and add more or less. We're going to add 2 of them. So since we have this proportional editing tagged on, if we were to press G, we have this little circle, and we can use the scroll wheel to affect how much it's grabbing. So as you can see, we have this, but if we scroll in on our mouse wheel, it's not going to be grabbing as much. So this is very cool. Like, for example, if you made a whole tree, you can grab the top point of that tree and then add a curve to it at the end. Just something I thought was amazing. Might definitely be confusing to new players. Or, not new players, new modelers. And last but not least, guys, to sum up this whole little beginner tutorial, and I know there wasn't anything insane, like I said, this is for the absolute beginner basics, how to spawn in objects, because a lot of times you're not going to want to model with just a cube. So we can go ahead and delete this guy, press Shift and then A, and you're going to get this little pop-up right here. Now, mesh right here is most of the time what you're going to be using, and you want to pick whatever resembles what you're trying to make the most. So if you were making a tree, you'd probably go with a cylinder, and then you could go. And last but not least, guys, to sum up this whole little beginner tutorial, and I know there wasn't anything insane, like I said, this is for the absolute beginner basics, how to spawn in objects, because a lot of times you're not going to want to model with just a cube. So we can go ahead and delete this guy, press Shift and then A, and you're going to get this little pop-up right here. Now, mesh right here is most of the time what you're going to be using, and you want to pick whatever resembles what you're trying to make the most. So if you were making a tree, you'd probably go with a cylinder, and then you could go through back into edit mode and use all the tricks we already learned for like extruding, scaling, all that kind of stuff. If you wanted to add leaves to the tree, you would want to use like an icosphere, for low poly anyways, and then edit it however you would like it to be. But Shift A is how you add in new meshes. I think that's going to wrap it up for the very basics of Blender tutorial. If you did enjoy and you want like the next step up, let me know in the comments and by dropping a like on this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.
Huh. I'm just like, okay, where do I even start? Okay. Because I want to create like things as well, I guess. People. But I can just download trees or something from online, no? Yeah, so if Blender Kit, right? Press N. Materials, brushes. How about we do tree? I don't want to make a tree, I just want to find a tree. So click right click. So I can't take it. See full description. Click and drag. Is it because I need to do something? Oh, because this is like a texture. Let me go back. Tree. Assign material to sphere. I think the sphere does have it. I just have to do something here to it, see. What is this? HDRs. Oh, hey, can I do this? Yeah, I want to be like in a world and then build on top of that. Maybe build, not even build, I just want to like make a character like go into a house. What in the... Holy smokes. Okay, wait a second. Oh my. So how do I make this even... So I'm supposed to paint this green. And I guess do the trees. That is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some videos on this. And then I'll make another video of me, I guess, painting this or something. I don't know. Doing something like that. But yeah, damn, this is crazy. Let me go ahead and stop this live stream. Because I've probably been doing this for a while. Yeah, I can stop it here.